Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. It's Saturday here as we record, and that means it's Star Wars Saturdays. Whew. A long anthology campaign of tabletop RPGs where I've been running without ever using officially authorized or licensed Star Wars RPGs to tell stories set in the galaxy far away. We are within the middle of actually the last third of a quarterly of Apocalypse World Burned Over. Apocalypse World Burned Over is a hack of Apocalypse World Second Edition, an RPG about Apocalypse Eye, very much inspired by the Mad Max saga of movies. It seeks to emulate that genre and does so very well. And we've just thrown it in the middle of Star Wars. Specifically, as you can see from the desert behind, on a desert planet, but not Tatooine, because stuff can happen on not Tatooine. They can. This desert planet, though, is officially Jakku, and it is set. We're playing in the time period after Return of the Jedi, not quite to the Mandalorian series of TV shows on Disney Plus. So in that sweet spot of about 5 years, it's not long after the Battle of Jakku. The Battle of Jakku, defined in Star Wars canon, uh, the biggest example I think is in Star Wars Battlefront 2, where you can play during the Battle of Jakku. It's this all the Imperials made a last stand over this rinky-dink desert planet and tons of scrap laid in. I believe one of the Lego Star Wars games also takes place in Nima and around Jakku as well. I believe there's a Jakku level. I don't believe that. I know that I've watched people play through it on YouTube trying to get some ideas for Nima. Not very good resource for ideas for Nima, but lots of great places that I found where you can get bits in parts of Nima Outpost. So this is taking place not long after the Battle of Jakku. Boomtown idea inspired by media like Deadwood, um, where this scrap is authorized to be sold by scavenging groups and or companies. Not the New Republic scrap, of course. That is highly restricted and under the watchful eye of Lieutenant Waldron, who will definitely not let you take that New Republic scrap anywhere that is a property of the New Republic. Go get some Imperial scrap, or you are in deep trouble, Lieutenant Waldron would say, of course, because he is a fine, upstanding Imperial officer of scavenging and the like. Oh, Imperial. Oh, I'm sorry. No, he's not Imperial anymore. Sorry, guys. He bent the knee. He said the right things, and now he's a New Republic guy. Honest. So there are a lot of riches that have come to Jakku, and a lot of people who are not native to Jakku who have come here as well. Lots of danger, lots of opportunity. But don't worry, we've got a constable, and he's going to do his best to keep things. Actually, occasionally he's going to show up. It's basically what Constable Landry's going to do. And occasionally he won't show up, uh, when he probably should have, because you guys were really super cool scenes, and I didn't want to interrupt it with yet another NPC showing up to say words. So I just let it roll because you guys are great. So Apocalypse World Bird Over, powered by the Apocalypse system, very simple in its base, but there's a whole lot of stuff added to it that we will explore and have been exploring. We have safety tools here, and I'm very excited about that. And as a reminder, just schedule wise, we have this game, and then there is no game next week, and then we will resume on the 14th of September. So
And how
just
many sessions do we have after this one?
we end in September. So we have however many Saturdays. Rich is frantically trying to bring up a calendar to look at that for you. After this session, we have one, two, three more sessions. So this is one of four sessions remaining. Wow, that is intimidating just a little bit. a little bit. So much cool stories going on.
So we're
Anyway,
not playing on the 7th?
we are not. I will be taking my lovely wife on a
Okay.
belated birthday present to see Andy Grammer, who I am told is some kind of pop star for people who like popular music.
Also, that's
I
Open
had
Hearth Day,
messaged
so
you about that.
Did you?
Okay, never mind.
And I misunderstood. I am so
That's
sorry.
okay. It's all good. I'll see if there's spots left in other games. You're all good. No big deal.
Oh no, game is on for the 14th.
Oh, was it the
14th.
14th
You
that I
asked about
messed
the
up?
14th.
I got confused on my confusion. It's all
Okay.
good.
Woo. Because I remember looking that up and going, yeah, there's totally a game on the 14th. Anyway, sorry for that. Nevertheless,
I'm sorry.
let's
So there is a game next week.
no. Next week is the 7th,
Next
which is
week's 7th.
shared
No game.
Hearth
Okay.
weekend. No Apocalypse World Burned Over. Many other games. And if you're watching this before next weekend, as we are recording this, first weekend of September, uh, you should check out the Shared Hearth. It is free, open to the public. You can come in, play lots of games. I'm running a game on the Friday before I head out to the lovely Madison, Wisconsin, home of a Frank Lloyd Wright Museum and other stuff in Madison? Question mark. It's a city, so I'm sure there's other stuff. I just don't know what it is. Let's reintroduce ourselves to our characters in a brief couple sentences. We're going to start from the far right, heading towards the left on our character keep, which means Stephen, lead us off. Introduce yourself, remind us about who you're playing.
Hi, my name is Steven. My pronouns are he, him. And I'm playing Maz Vandris. Maz is a basilisk, has 4 arms. He's kind of he kind of was a food truck owner and maybe got an upgrade to something that isn't as small but more is slower but probably has more uh room for patrons. And his specialty isn't necessarily food. He likes to find out details about where to go to serve more people, but he also likes dealing a lot in secrets and what's going on here.
Excellente. Thank you so much, Stephen. Next up is Jolene.
hi, I'm Jolene. She, her. I am playing Zola Gull, Mirilan.
Mary Ellen.
Miriel. I looked at the pronunciation guide and still messed it up. So, Mary Allen. She's from the south of Mary Allen. I don't know the planet. I don't know what planet they're from.
Fine.
Yeah, she's the gear cutter, so she's just like a weird, kooky, mad scientist that loves to like futz around with stuff.
So true. So true. All of those statements are accurate. Greg, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Greg. I use he, him pronouns, playing all in Trazic, also he, him. The Angel playbook, so I'm the oh so beset upon medical officer here for the New Republic. Last session, I got a delivery, hooray, of medicine so I can help all of my friends who keep getting shot. And then right there at the end, I got the delivery from, it was Unkar Plot, right?
Yes.
Yes, and then I had to very quickly close the door because Raro was was making himself known.
What? Okay, great. Speaking of Raro making himself known, Kay, you're up next. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Yeah, hi, I'm Kay of the She and They variety, and I'm playing Raro Varsarian. They are hot-headed Cathar mercenary who has maybe made an enemy of the lovely Nima. But also recently found out that 3 of his kitmates might still be alive, which is he doesn't know how to feel about that, which is interesting because he doesn't know how to feel about a lot of things. Uh, yeah, he saved some people, I guess. That's a thing he does recently. He saved Mira as well as Rana from Nima, so he's doing good things. I don't know. The world's strange. How do you survive on Jakku? I don't know. He's just a killy kitty. That's what we've learned.
True. It's all true. Andesh, you are up as well.
Yeah, I'm Anders, he, him. I'm playing Asa Starbreaker, she, her. She is the operator. She has business in various places. And she's currently looking to take the drugs she got from this supply drop to not called Boomtown, it's called Blowback Town, to trade them for some
We have
guns.
Boomtown, Blowback Town, and Crater Town.
It's going to Blowback Town with some blow to get some
To get
something
backed?
to get some things that blow up so she can back her people up. I've talked to that enough. She's worried about Nima the Hut bringing trouble because of what Raro did. Roro, so she needs some protection.
Let's pick up. Oh, before I do that, we've got, I think, something like 36 starter session moves that we need to fire off. Some time has passed. So let's go down the road. Adesh, do you have any starter session moves for Asa?
Yeah, but I need to fiddle with some stuff, so please start
Skip you?
with some.
Raro, do you have any starter session moves?
No, I am the one person without start of session.
Awesome. Greg, does Allen have any starter session moves?
Technically, I have 6th Sense, but I will not roll it so that I can just have an ambulance for this session. So
All right.
that would be my starter
Ride
session
around in
move.
your wambulance. Excellent. That sounds fantastic to me. Zola Goal.
Are we counting the whole live day to day thing?
We're not.
Okay, then I have 2.
Okay. Gosh. Bone feel?
Bone feel and the whole ear to the ground thing. Which I'm okay if we don't roll that. But...
Well, if you want to ear to the ground about sinking fields, that could be fun since you wanted to go there.
So I got a 7 on bone feel.
Okay. What is 7?
On a
Beginning
7 and 9,
session.
hold 1.
Hold 1. Okay. Anytime either you or the MC can spend your hold to have you already be there with the proper tools and knowledge, with or without any clear explanation why. Sounds good.
All right. I'll try and mark that down somewhere.
We could do it the way that Greg did for Allen and just write a number down to the left of the move. We could just do that.
Oh, that's probably smarter.
It's really smart. Steal from the best, friends.
Valid. All right, and then I guess
ear to the ground.
Sinking fields. I roll cool on this, which is and I mark both these when I roll them, right?
If you rolled a stat, yes.
There's a 9 then. So 7 and 9. Word reaches me that choose one.
Can I assist? Because we have a question between us.
You need to do the thing too. We should do that question.
So, can I roll to assist you?
Sure. I mean, if Rich allows it. Sure.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. I'm gonna roll +3, which is our HX after I asked you a question.
Wow. Do I have a question for anyone? I don't remember. I don't think so.
I got a 12.
Wow.
Nice.
Wowzers. Golly gee willikers. All right, so that means you're probably just giving me a +1. So word reaches me that choose one. There's great opportunity for me there. Ask the MC what it is. Or choose one from the 7 or 9 list. I guess there's great opportunity for me there. Ask the MC what it is. Not a lot, not big on choices for that 10+.
Oh, I guess. Well, the 7 to 9, they're facing a serious problem. Someone there needs to talk to you. Someone bad is coming your way.
But I mean, if I'm getting a 10+,
it's true. If you're hitting a 10+,
opportunity.
Zola, I'm gonna ask you a question.
All right.
I'm thinking of moving the medical facility to Blowback Town to get out from underneath the oppression of my own superiors. What is your take on that? What do you suggest I do?
You should just move it to where I'm at.
Oh, I should
Your
move it
superior.
to
Yeah, we can make up our own little community.
These are all
around the
boom
Trident
towns. I
class.
mean, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
fascinating.
You
Well,
wanted to explore Boomtown stuff. I've already got a workshop. We've got a cook. Maybe we'll draw more people in.
But that's where you killed that person. Okay. I love it.
Objection. Relevance.
This is gonna be interesting because yeah. I think you just want me for my medical expertise so you can grab more weapons onto people. Okay, I like it.
That's just an added benefit. All right, that's my moves.
cool. So there you chose the 10 plus one that actually sounds cool,
Yeah, yeah.
which is word reaches you that there's
It's
a
a great
great
opportunity.
opportunity there for you at the sinking fields. Okay.
Sinking. Also, I got that weird brain picker thing. My quote unquote fake holocron.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Cool.
what a holocron is.
Let's keep going to the left, from the left to the right. So, Moz, Steven, do you have any start of session moves?
I
Wealth.
do. I have wealth, which is how good my food truck is doing. So let me roll that. It's plus hard. It is not doing so well. It is a miss. And on a miss, it has all of its wants, and its wants are upkeep and repairs and drama.
It's like a broken down telenovela, traveling telenovela. That's great. Good stuff. Uh, that's awesome. I'm gonna ponder on the sinking fields, upkeep and repairs for the crates bait as we open
I
with.
can make my roll now.
Oh, good.
So I'm rolling ear to the ground for blowback town. And that's an 11. So yeah, there's a great opportunity for me there.
There sure is. Awesome. So you hear there's a great opportunity for you. If you take a look, starting on the NPCs tab, we're now cycling out of start a session moves. And by the way, warning, danger. Since we're skipping of like actual week, when we come back, and this is as much in the recording from me as for you, we will do live day to day because enough time will have passed. So if you take a look at the NPCs tab, Blowback Town starts at column A, Z. There is a weak way on the second row, a techie named Koshi, who has a cousin who's in the Twanil cult, as Koshi refers. Koshi has an opportunity for you. And that is why you're here. So, let's say Kashi has, we can call him Kashi, whatever you want. Weak way, they're not super picky. Let's say Kashi is your contact to get a bunch of guns for your people. So we pick up with you entering Blowback Town. You're already there. It's one of those where we have an establishing shot of Blowback Town, which Blowback Town is a settlement formed inside the remains of an Imperial light cruiser that crash landed on Jakku and still has trickles of power. It is run by the Struss clans, Strus. Struss clan runs it. They're the ones in charge, although they have propped up other people to handle the day-to-day administration, to be the face of it, to deal with any New Republic patrols, which have come by less and less frequently of late. Asa, when you enter first, are you alone or do you have some of your crew with you?
No, I'm going here alone.
Okay. Sorry, I have a fuzzy or something on the end of my thing. It's annoying me. I should probably mute myself before picking it off, but I'm done now. All right. I should have done that during the break. Anyway, you enter, and the place that you enter is obviously it's where oh, sorry, trying to think of word. Hangar. It's a hangar where you can see the clamps that used to hold up large TIE fighters. Um, it's a large, like, up and down kind of space in this hangar. In the center area is where most of the light is focused, but the rest of it is rather dim around the periphery. There's a great deal of people yelling. In that central area is this Zulagol would hate it because it is not in any way, shape, or form a good piece of craftswork, but it is a cage. And we see flickers of light and sparks, screams, people with barter and old Imperial credits because they spend here. They are betting. They're making bets. And you, Asa, know that this is the droid pit fighting area. This is the arena, as it's called here in Blowback Town. And the reason that you're here, this is where, because she has to keep the droids up and running. It is, I love that we have established canon of droid fighting because of Solo. Like, a lot of people want to complain, but that was totally a thing that happened in Solo. If you take a look at the third row for Blowback Town, there are a couple of droids there. Dread is taking on SZ. So it's a pair of astromech droids who have been affixed with various weapons, and they're going at it. You can see that Dread is definitely made for close infighting, whereas SZ keeps trying to whir away and bring its electro lance to bear. It is a vicious fight between two astromech droids, one of which looks like they've been fashioned to look like they have a hat. Another, its monocle has some kind of protective gear over it. You're not sure how much is the astromech's design and is just because she adding things to them because he can. You see that most everyone's attention is on the fight. It seems to be near the end. SZ1B is not doing well, even though it is the people's champion. Dread, though, is the current champion defending its title against the up and comer SZ. So, Asa, what do we see of you as you enter this space? What do you do? What do you think of this?
I think Asa just finds the droid pit fighting wasteful because, like, droids are useful. They can do stuff. Just having them fight each other, that's a waste. But it's not like she doesn't I think she has the standard Star Wars attitude of droids aren't people, so it's not like she doesn't care about that they are forced to fight each other. It's just that it's a waste of it would be like if you were driving cars into each other. Oh, that's also wasteful, but whatever. Apparently they feel like they can afford to, or they make enough of it that they think it's useful.
Cool. You see, cause she is there watching, cause she isn't cheering. He's got his red goggles pushed up onto his forehead. You see that he is checking some kind of little data pad that might be tied to one of them and looking at their levels. He seems intense and isn't aware of your presence. But before you make your way to Kashir, think about that. You notice a little, like about this big, but about the size of a person's head, floating like cam droid, and it seems to spot you and then zip back for a moment, and this little camera eye focuses on you a couple of times. Um, do you know of the cambot?
Um, this is Dollar's bot, I
It
assume.
is. It is indeed.
Um, yeah, probably. I like I yeah I've been here long enough that I've been to Blowback Town enough that I probably run into Dollar at some point and recognize the Cambot. And I'm going there like carrying a Star Wars crate, like I have the drugs, but I have put like some of those used clothes that we also got on top, so that I have some kind of cover in case someone's checking this stuff. But yeah, I'm just, hey log, I don't have time for you. I've got business to do.
In binary, it makes a weep, which sounds like disappointment. But it follows behind you. Do you imagine you're carrying this, meaning it's taking up both of your hands, or is this on some kind of little grab sled thing? So you're just
Um,
pushing it ahead of you?
I think I got it in kind of a sling, so it's like on my hip. I have to steady it with one hand because it's kind of heavy, but I want to be able to reach my blaster in case something happens, because Blowback Town is a shadier place than many other places.
Yeah. So you're making your way over. You've told Log, no, I don't have time for you. It makes this little sad noise. You push through some of the crowd, and just before you get to Koshi, Ferd Sinopal the Grand uh, steps in your way, and he puts one of his big meaty paws on your crate. What you got here? Huh? What's this?
Just some scraps from the supply drop.
Oh, heard about that. Saw it in the sky. He's going to open it up if you don't do something. What do you do?
Since I have those clothes on top, I'm not going to stop him. It's like um, I'll protest like mildly, like, hey, get your hand off me, but I'm not going to actually try to stop.
That's you get your hand off me. He puts one of his big, I mean, they're as big as like right in your face a little bit. Then he opens it up and pushes through. It's like imagining like a false bottom kind of deal, and the guns are
Yeah,
underneath. Yeah, so he like picks through some of the clothes.
I don't think this will fit you.
No, this is all you got.
Yeah, it was.
Slams it closed.
I don't know if you heard, but it got kind of crazy there. The guard started firing, and, just grab what I could get.
Hmm. Yeah, well, whatever. Shoves the crate away as if he no longer cares about you. Do you get the feeling he might be watching you as you approach
Mhm.
Koshi? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, if Koshi is busy, I don't want to pull him away from what he's doing. So I just like idly. I think I pretend to be watching the droid fighting, but I'm mostly watching the crowd um, until he has a moment.
Okay. Just a crowd watching thing? Are you reading a
Ooh,
situation?
yeah, that seems fair, actually. What's that? Sharp?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Sharp is +2.
Of all the changes that were made most recently made to the putting the stat that it's involved with, one of my favorites, even though we also have moves to say roll with this other stat instead, but it's still pretty cool.
So I got a 12.
Wow. Cool. Let's have you think about those questions as we cut away from you. We cut away from you to Moz, who, the crates bait, as it just seems to be the theme of this series, is in rough shape. It needs some upkeep. You are marching her out towards the sinking fields, and I think that the stabilizer, one of the legs, is nearly shot. And so it's like whenever that leg moves, it shudders and the whole thing tilts forward just a little bit every time that is the plant foot while you move along the dunes, especially if you're traversing up larger dunes. Have you brought a lot? Like, are there clientele just here eating, or are you just you and your crew heading out to sinking fields?
So my crew's definitely here, and yes, this is there's some people who are along for the ride simply because they're looking to get to the sinking fields. There's also people who are coming along because they are going to be helping with the dig that we're doing, the reconnaissance that we're doing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, among the people who are here is a person you know, Jet Siganik. Jet Siganik is from Neem Outpost. He is an intrepid reporter. Um, and maybe he's heard what Noctic is after and is curious about it. How are you dealing with Jet Siganik?
So he is a great source of info, but it seems like he's savvy enough that for every um tidbit he gives, he also requests. He wants to find out more and more. And it's gotten to the point where I'm kind of out and he knows it. Like I can't make things up anymore to get more information out of Jet.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So he
So
doesn't listen. He doesn't come to you for info anymore then, huh? Not
well,
often.
not on this trip. He's kind of hit the bottom of the well. Um, but I've gotten some, well, I can roll to see if I've gotten any juicy info.
Ooh.
Um, yeah, so what do you think that would be with?
What move are we hitting? Trying to come up with rumors?
I
Hmm.
was thinking more along the lines of, yeah, yeah. What good information did I get from him?
For him or from him? Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I understand the.
From him.
Ooh, so you're just trying to pry him for rumors and the like. Uh, I think a few ways we could do this. You could try to read him. You could try to reason with him to give you a little bit of details.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking this direction whenever I.
Okay.
Let's do everybody eats, even that guy, because there's some information in that.
Okay,
And it's more
sounds
unique.
great.
That
I actually thought
is,
you were angling towards that, and then you've pivoted
yeah,
on me, so I was trying to roll with you. Cool.
yeah,
Let's have you do that. Roll
and
plus
that is
cool.
cool. Okay.
Don't forget to mark it. By the way, Jolene, did you mark those stats that you rolled in the? Yeah, you did. Good.
Okay, and I got a 10.
Ooh.
And who do they know, like, or trust? So specifically, this would be about going to the sinking fields, like why he's headed out there.
Yeah. So, he doesn't know anyone in the sinking fields. He's trying to learn about the sinking fields. He's heard that there are some very old ruins here, but he knows Noctic, and that's kind of his primary thing. He's out here to see about this X-Wing. He wants to do a story on it. Which Noctic hasn't really thought about the implications of the New Republic finding out that Noctic is pilfering New Republic tech.
My next question is how are they doing? What's up with them? Are they sitting good, or it sounds like they're exciting about going out to this
Yes,
wreck.
he's very excited about it. You catch it every time you go by. He's got his little recorder and he's recording little bits, and he's getting a little bit of he's got his cam droid getting some footage. He's doing a whole lot of like supplementary stuff whenever he does voiceover. It seems like he's half written the story already, even though he's not sure what he's about to find. But he's very eager. He thinks this is going to be the big one.
And finally, how could I get to him physically or emotionally?
You catch him making furtively looking over at Yalsa from time to time. When she comes by to refill a glass, he seems a little bashful. That would probably be the easiest way to get to him is through her.
I see. So that's one of the reasons I back off, because I'm not getting any more information from him. But I make sure that y'all saw is the one who, refills his cup and, serves him his food on the trip out.
Cool. Well, a lot of the clientele are complaining about the leg. And that is when Zola Goal passes you by, like just zips around you because she's headed to the sinking field. Like you see her maybe a little bit, and then whoa.
And I think I'd put out a calm call to Zola, and I'm like, hey, having a little bit of mobility issues. Do you think you could take a look at this?
Sure. How's it, Miles?
Maz, yeah.
Oh, sure. I gotta remember. I can't remember the accent I did. Yeah,
Oh,
no
just
problem.
pretend you're at Dallas.
Yeah, I've never been to Dallas, so
Oh, okay. You haven't watched Dallas?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
I'm not that old.
Well, you said you thought she was from Dallas, so I just thought, oh, you must
I
have
didn't
watched
say that.
Dallas.
I said
Oh, is this
she's
someone
like
else?
wherever Rogue from is from X-Men.
Okay. Then just
Howdy,
do that.
y'all. Okay, all right, yeah, sure. The thing, and she'll just like do a quick like an Akira slide with her car, but it's not really an Akira slide because you're not using the leg. And a quick Yui.
Actually, they did the Akira slide in one of the Clone Wars animated things.
Hell yeah. All right, and just come on back to meet up with you.
So if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you a question, Zola.
Oh,
There's
sure.
somebody who's on the crates bait that you guys hate each other, right?
Oh, snap. All right. Yeah.
So there's going to be some drama. Who do you think that is? You
Um,
can see some of the crew is on CX
yeah.
around there.
Can we minimize some of these? Shrink some of these columns?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maz's folks. All right. So I feel like we haven't done with Crater Town in a bit. So
Just yeah.
all right.
And then there's
all right.
also Jet and Yalsa who are there,
I
and
think
Noctic.
Pleeks. Something about Pleeks. We do not like each other.
Oh, Pleeks. I can see why Pleeks doesn't trust you. You cause
Like,
problems.
she's too nice for her own good. I'm the nice one. You're not allowed to be that.
Just so like my headcanon is that Pleeks is played by what the Greenblatt, the girl who was young Ahsoka. That is basically my vibe for her is young teen girl in alien makeup with a cybernetic eye and a cybernetic limb.
Fair. Reliable. How dare you?
Yeah, she
I
when
know,
she sees Zola
we
Ghost, flips you off.
We
She does
have
the
no
picture
real
that we have.
reason. We just do not like each other.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh. Her.
Yeah.
But Maz, what do you need help with? What can I do?
So this
I
back right
charge you
leg,
for?
yeah, the back right leg is stuttering a little bit, and I think about that time we start to see a little bit of smoke come up from that joint, and I'm like, something's up. If I knew
You
what was
think?
wrong, I could fix it. But yeah,
Well, you say that, but this is a complicated piece of machinery. And if you don't know what you're doing, you could just make it worse.
She'll make it worse, Fleek says to you,
Shut up,
Maz.
kid. Get out of here. All right. What do you know about fixing hydraulics of lists off the model?
I could learn and then I'd be immediately better than you.
God, I hate this kid. Why do you put up with this child?
well, she's pretty good at finding what's needed. Are you saying that you would be better?
I'm not looking to work for you, Miles.
Oh.
I've got my own business that I've
Okay.
developed on my own because I am a responsible and mature adult that has lived experiences.
And she does the
now look. Do I have to
and
separate you
rolls her
two?
eyes.
Yeah, you should. You
Do I
should
need to
send her
turn
to
you-
her room.
Do I need to turn this place around? I actually tell Pleeks, I take Pleeks aside back to where the oven is. It's kind of an open cooking area, and I give her a couple of plates to serve to the people who are downstairs.
Zolagol is the worst.
It's either that or I don't want to get stuck out here in this desert. I mean,
Oh, you're gonna
I'll
be
keep-
stuck. Right now we're moving. Just mark my words. Mark my words. She's gonna break it worse.
All right.
Grabs the plates away from you.
I'll keep an eye on her. Yeah. So, and
Laser brain.
Yeah.
Then she storms off.
Beefing with a child. Perfect. All right. So yeah, let's get to work on this.
Nice. Cool. Why don't you do a things speak?
Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. That is weird. Oh, there's a 5. Nice.
Well,
treat as miss as if I've opened my brain to the world's psychic maelstrom and missed the roll.
okay, first, let's talk about let's talk about this holocron. We talked about it in email between sessions.
Yeah. My little
Yeah.
mechanically, I just took the whole glass bobble prism thing.
Yeah. Do you have it now? Because you had the advance.
Yeah, it's like in my little work, utility belt.
Yes, you got that in your utility belt, and I think we see Zolagol edging out onto the legs as pumping along, and they're checking a bunch of things. And maybe you've got a. Do you imagine Zolagol is the kind of person to put a tether on her, so if she fell, she'd just kind of swing down underneath the crate's bait? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you got a little tether type deal. You head out. You're starting to look, and you see one of the hydraulics is just spitting fluid, and you can hear it start to grind, and you can see shavings of metal as the thing is continuing to pump. With each step it's getting worse and worse, and um you realize that the line has been cut. It's too clean. It didn't rip free. It wasn't dry rot. Someone sliced the line, and from your calculations, because you're really good at this thing is going to get you most of the way to the sinking fields, and then that leg is done for if you don't do something.
Right.
However, also, that holocron,
This thing
it
that talks to me sometimes.
it
That I talk.
falls out of
I know.
your pouch, like onto the leg, and it's turning. You reach out and you grab it. It started to roll off, right? I imagine it's a triangle. A lot of the holocrons like little
Yeah, the
pyramid dealies,
pyramid
right?
one, yeah.
And it jostles a little bit, and you reach out and you grab it. And when you have this thing in your hand, it's like time stops, and you see this this ember glow within it, and suddenly you're standing in this beautiful but um, brutal architecture of a temple. And there are all of these letters written into the floor underneath your feet that are also in the same glowing red. And you're smart, you're well educated. You could probably
Look.
read a lot of languages, but you've never seen script quite like this. If you had a concept for demonic, that might be how you describe it, but you don't. So instead, it's just
I think
really weird and
because like
intimidating.
culturally, they're big Force believers. The
Mary Allen?
Mary Allen's, yeah. Mary Allen's a big Force believer, so she's got like the idea of the light side and dark side, but she went more into practical sciences.
So that's understood. Yeah. So maybe you've heard stories as a kid, as a little Mary Allen, a little Zola Goal. Maybe you heard stories about the Sith. Maybe. But
the vibes are bad.
the vibes are the opposite of good, and it feels near. It it calls. It's calling to the holocron, and now by association, it feels like it might be calling to you. We'll cut away from you to Allen Trazic. Allen, you've resecured Mira, and she's rededicated herself to the effort of being good at her job as a med tech. She started asking for training on first aid so that she won't make the same mistake. Aussie has been more than happy to provide her with such training. Things have been a little quiet today. What are you doing?
With the ambulance back up and running and the conversation I had with Zola before she left, I've started to, look around the lab and start packing things up a little bit. Not, it's like the cleaning you do before you move your house. Just sort of evaluating if I'm gonna leave and we all have to fit this in the ambulance, what goes and what stays.
Nice. Have you shared this with Corporal Matus, who is, as of now, not yet gone?
After the conversations I had last session, no, I have not.
What are you doing, boss?
Just taking inventory with the new material coming in. I just figured we'd clear some room off the shelves and out the old and
I
with
can
the
get the
new.
squad to do that for you. You don't need to do that, boss. You got more important voodoo to do, don't you?
Uh, Actually, today I look around at there's not a lot of patience, right?
Right.
Yeah. No, there's not a whole lot of patience today, and the occasional scraped knee is Aussie and Mira can take care of that. So
I don't trust that droid.
didn't trust Aussie.
No.
Uh,
Where'd you get that thing?
that was provided as part of the medical suite. I find Aussie's been fairly reliable. Have you had an issue?
Nah. Just don't trust it. It gives me a heebie-jeebies, man.
Huh. Am
Doesn't
I starting
bother
to
you at
read a
all.
person here on?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. Read a person. What is
That's a
that?
sharp.
I haven't rolled sharp yet. Was two. That's a 7.
Oh, ask 2 in total.
Um, what is Corporal Matus thinking of doing here? Like, he's asking about the droid. He doesn't normally concern himself with Aussie. Oh, what's bothering you about Aussie, Matus?
Nice. Okay. So yeah, he continues to like get in the weird heebie-jeebies, and you realize this is Baby's first attempt to manipulate. Um, this isn't really Matus's bailiwick, but you could tell he's trying to corner you off to not trust any of the other members of this crew. It's like once he feels like he can't trust them, maybe he'll trust me.
Okay.
Feel like that's the other shoe that will drop.
Yeah. Okay. How can I get him to believe that I have been bamboozled?
Oh, it's not hard. When he comes with the "but I'm your good and loyal corporal," just seem to
Yeah,
buy into
just
it, and
buy
he's going to
into
be
it.
very pleased with his cleverness.
Matus, there's days I think that you're the only person on this rock that I can trust.
You see the little thrill in his eyes. He reaches out, he puts his hand on your shoulder, and he says, "Hey, you're doing a good thing, Doc. I'd be a fool not to support you. You're saddled with a whole lot of trouble. Me and my crew, we take care of you. You know, the squad, we got your back."
Thanks, Matus. Can you make sure that in your reports to Walden that you let him know that?
I I don't have to. I don't report to Waldron. I report to you, Doc.
Oh, see, because I thought, I must have misunderstood that.
You making fun of me?
No, I thought. Well, I had heard that there were reports from you going to Waldron.
Hey, what I do on my own free time is my business, Doc.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
we
agree more.
we shared a few. We've shared a few drinks. So what? It's not like you could talk to this trash around here at Nima Outpost and they'll understand what civilization is like. Bunch of scavs, scum. Just lucky I put a bunch of them down. They were going to tear you apart.
Wow. Think there were a lot of factors with the delivery that we didn't have under our control.
You're lucky you're an officer. Anybody else said that to me? I'm gonna go have a walkabout patrol. You don't have
You
a
do that,
problem with that,
Corporal.
do you?
Not at all.
Turns. Stomps off. He's pissed off. He thought he had you. You denied him. Raro. You are
Hey, that me.
headed. You're headed to see the lovely Duchess Saldecados, are you not?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, nice. So you make your way. As we look on the Jakku map, you can see the Venture, which is the lovely ship that is almost always locked down. And at her perch, seated on the outside, keeping an eye on Nima Outpost, is Iveth, who you've had words with, who's tried to provoke you, and you've scoffed at her attempts.
Mm-hmm.
When you head up towards the plank, the gangplank to enter, who are you here to see?
Everyone's expecting me. I might take audience also with your Duchess, but as of right now, everyone has required or seemed to make note of needing my services.
You don't talk to the Duchess without me around.
All right, then I'll call for you.
All right. She turns her head, continues ignoring you, and you step on board. And when the door shuts, right, there's the little airlock bit. When the door shuts and then the air cycles, you can feel a little bit of sonic vibrations as it shakes loose so much of the sand. You can see a bunch of it that you were just carrying, right? Kind of that bit of getting off the beach, and then when you're walking along the boardwalk, you just trail sand behind you. And then the other door opens, and you are greeted by Tosti, the little loth cat.
Yeah, I reach down and I scritch behind Tusty's ears.
It purrs and leans against the side of your leg and wraps its tail around your leg just a little bit, and then
I give it belly rubs.
oh well, it does nothing other than enjoy that, as it's right.
And then I turn to it and I say, "Where is the creature you keep safe?"
Tosti stands up and lively starts walking ahead of you.
Giant loft cat. I follow. Like, I don't walk beside him. I follow this cat. Like, I'm giving this cat the respect of following behind it.
You give this cat the respect it deserves. Yeah. Nice. Cool. The cat leads ahead, and door leads to the door where everyone's quarters are. Door opens up. It reads Tosti's presence. It opens automatically. for the Loth Cat, and you see inside the quarters. He jumps a bit when he sees you. Everyone has like deck up, a computer deck. He's typing away. He's faced towards the door, so when he looks up and is a little surprised to see you. Oh, good, good, good. Please come in.
I'll take a couple steps in.
Door closes behind you. It is very cold in here. Imagine someone has turned the air conditioner all the way up, like you could in some hotels that are smaller. You just like crank it to pure cool all the time. Um, you you've got fur, so I don't think it bothers you over
Yeah.
much, but it is a marked difference. Um, it is that thing of the stepping out of the dry Arizona heat into a significantly air conditioned room and
Hmm.
just doing it in the space of a couple minutes. So it is super noticeable.
Yeah. So I think, he doesn't, zero facial expression change, nothing. He gives nothing. To the change in temperature.
Would you like something to drink?
What do you have on offer?
Water, and then I have some wine from my homeworld.
Raro's been playing around with this idea of fun and things people do for enjoyment. So I think he looks at everyone and says, "Why don't you make the choice? And I will drink what you give me. I assume you will not poison me because you need things of me."
I would not poison you even if I did not need things.
Blank facial expression.
Yes, there's the blankie. Oh, okay. And he gets up and he heads and presses on a little button, and this panel slides open. He reaches in. You see this like cerulean blue uh inside of a glass decanter, and he pours a couple of glasses. I am from Scylla. A number of Chiss cannot claim so. Scylla is our home planet, our capital planet. The junction of the path of the houses and the Vagari corridor. Brings and hands you a glass. And
Rich.
Mm.
Oh, sorry. Go for it.
Oh, no. You had a question?
I was gonna say, does this like as being raised as a murder kitten on an Imperial ship, does this mean anything to Raro? And then just being a mercenary trying to survive on this planet, does this mean anything to Raro?
You may have heard that when Chiss claim that they're from the home planet, they're bragging.
Okay. All right.
Only the very important Chiss are allowed to exist on Scylla and also procreate on Scylla.
Okay.
I tried to get your attention recently, but you seemed very busy. Thank you for coming to see me, Raro.
I'm never one to turn down an opportunity, and you have been. And he pauses, and there's a crease in his brow. A good repeat client that I have come to find enjoyable, and you also come with Toasty.
My understanding is that you are quite successful.
I have been doing very well, yes, but I was raised to accept nothing less but completionist in my actions.
I'm beginning to wonder if there's anything I could offer you that you'd want.
I'm trying to learn to want things, and perhaps there is something I may be in need of soon that you could help me with. So propose your need, and I will see if we can temper it against these new wants of mine.
Cool. Before we do so, let us talk about things cats like. What is a flavor? You said squid, but I just don't imagine Chiss would drink
So
squid.
umami and fat.
Umami and fat. I don't think either of those would be in this wine.
Okay.
It doesn't.
But
I
if
don't.
it's not spicy, then it's not offensive. Like he also like salty is great. He can't taste sweet. So
Okay.
sweet means nothing. Salty is great. Umami and fat are best. Spicy we do not like.
Okay. I also don't think it's spicy. I think it is surprisingly warm.
Okay. I think he likes that. Cats like warm things.
Yeah. So you sip it. It's of course wet. It is a wine, but when after you drink it, it just starts to warm your insides just a little bit.
Hmm. This is enjoyable.
Good. There are a great many troubles on Jakku. It seems that there are a number of towns that have cropped up, and within each of the towns, there are people who want to become little barons. One of them is no friend to me. And I would like it if they were not a threat to me anymore.
Who is this person?
Their name is Savolot.
Savolot. And what can you tell me about this Savolot and why are they after you?
They're not directly after me because I've been very careful in my dealings. But they have opposed themselves against my interests on numerous occasions. And unfortunately, we've reached the point where a direct confrontation is necessary.
See.
They are obese, or
Does that mean anything to me?
obese is a alien species. They that's what Princess Leia posed as in Return of the Jedi. I don't think you've seen that one. It's fine. They're almost always in encounter suits. They hide their faces from others.
Okay.
They appear humanoid, but also are always wearing a helmet and mask and gloves and the like.
Okay.
Nothing needs to be showy, no message needs to be sent. And if you are able to convince Savo to cease and desist interfering with my work, that is also acceptable.
What do you do for work?
There are a great many opportunities here. I am the administrator of a number of scavenging teams. I coordinate shipment off planet of more valuable scavenged technology. And then he just kind of stops. That's like his whole explanation. It feels very incomplete.
Mm-hmm. But Rao listens and takes it. So the way to get him to stop interfering is for him to either die or leave town.
Yes.
Okay. I can perform this job.
Kelsey jumps onto the counter, walks across his keyboard. Goes over and erases
I
a
will
few things that were
actually
typed.
stop Tosi from doing it in that moment. I will put an arm out as the cat goes and instead scoop the cat into my arms before it can mess up the keyboard.
Nice.
Now on to what I will need.
Yes.
It appears the worm Nima is unhappy with me, and therefore I need her death and destruction. I would like to solicit your Duchess in this action.
I'm surprised. You seem to handle most everything yourself. You've been very self-sufficient from my
I believe I can
observations.
do it myself, but I wish to have support when it is done. I believe she may be in contact with my kitmates and attempt to use them against me, and I do not know in that scenario how I will fare. It is not something I can calculate given the absence of time knowledge and how many of them there are, nor my emotional response to seeing them. Therefore, the best tactical solution would be to have powerful allies at my side.
Do you feel the conflict with your kitmates is unavoidable? That they are unlike you, who seems to... You seem perfectly capable of making your own decisions. Why would your kitmates attack you?
If they are hired for a contract by Nima, they will follow through their contract. And like, Raro's pretty stone-faced, so I don't think unless our Chiss boy does something, I don't think he can see that Raro is holding back something. But
I must be honest. If
actually,
I
you know
found...
what?
Yes?
Actually, Raro's been drinking for the first time. So I think that is a thing. Yeah, he's been drinking for the first time. He's never drank before. And he's drinking, so he's maybe a little drunk. And so I think he says, first, if Nima accepts a contract, then there is the fact that I did desert them in a battle that I did not think they would survive, but 3 of them have. And of the others, I assume they are dead because they have not been mentioned.
I'm sorry for your loss. Were they important to you? They seem so.
I do not know. These feelings are new things I am exploring. And he takes like another big drink. I like the warmth this brings in my chest.
As do I.
That is strange because you like it cold.
I always feel cold. But some warmth is nice. I will aid you. I'm reluctant to commit myself to martial action, but I can...
No, you are not meant for battle. But you are of the Duchess in some way, and therefore perhaps with you on my side or arguing for me, and he trails off because he's drunk. She will be more amenable.
That makes sense. You really do like this.
He just
He
makes a
gets-
little happy noise and takes another sip.
He gets up and moves a little closer. He still seems a little reluctant, but seems to be making a bold step to I'm gonna stand near you.
And I think Rero lets him.
Really glad you like this. Not everyone can handle a chiss brandy.
I have experienced my first kiss recently, and I would like to try another.
Ooh. you. I want to see some dice decide this
Yeah,
because that'll be fun.
it was pleasant. I am curious if it would be pleasant with you. Okay,
I
so
guess it's reason with someone. Man, this move hits different now with the
yeah,
new
now that
name.
it's not like sharp. Reason with someone is cool. What is your cool, my handsome lad? You are a +1. Dice don't fail me now. We've been setting up so well for this. 11. Boom.
Wow. Oh, without another word, he will slide in and provide you your second kiss. His skin is cold.
That is a fun, sensational difference between the warmth of the brandy. And I think Rero finds that he enjoys that.
Nice. Nice.
I think he's learned he is liked.
Let us cut back to Asa Starbreaker. Let's see. Remind me, Asa, when we cut away from you, Asa, you
I was waiting for Koshi to be done with
and
whatever they were
read
doing.
and you read the situation with a
Yeah, yeah.
12. Yeah.
So I'm looking for who's the biggest threat, who's in control, and what's my best opportunity to trade these drugs for guns.
Awesome. Who's the biggest threat? You see that Dread seems to be the winning this fight, and the person who is most happy about that is the Obese Savalot. Savo seems to be the most dangerous person here. There's something about the way that they regard everyone, but even more importantly, the way that everyone else reacts to their presence. There's just this like penumbra around them, whereas everybody else is scrunched up against each other, trying to push into the cage. They, Savalot, are seated in an area that's slightly raised up. They have a good view of everything. Definitely the dangerous.
Yeah. And my second question was who's in control here?
Even though Savalot is the most dangerous, Garm Chorus seems to be the person who's in charge of the arena. He's calling the shots. He's got a little mic. He's narrating what things are happening. He seems to be coordinating the action as, yes, Dread seems to be defeating SZ1B, the poor people's champion astromech has lost one of its limbs, um and now Dread is just moving in with this drilling thing and starting to drill into the area that has been exposed. It is barbaric.
Yeah, my third question was what's my best opportunity to trade these drugs for guns?
Best opportunity to trade these drugs for guns. You came here hoping to make a deal with Koshi, and looking among the others, you don't have anyone you have an established relationship with. So he's probably still the right person to go with. That said, Log um, is never far from Dollar. So Dollar might be someone who could help as well, even though that's not a thing that Dollar really does. So Koshi's the right person. Yeah, Z1B. There's a chance for people trying to just like will Z1B back, but things are not looking good for the poor, scrappy, lovable Z1B is not going to get over here. It looks like the Dread is the one who's winning the card. and other wrestling related words that Jolene knows better than I do. Cool. So fight comes to an end because she rushes in to drag out the inert form of SZ1B and SZ1B's leg as well to repair, whereas Dread's doing little circles and firing its little electric lance type deal that is taken off of SZ1B. It is now going to be added to Dread's weapon arsenal, and a bunch of credits are handed back and forth. A lot of folks bet heavily thinking that SZ was going to take down Dread, but no. And Savalot stands up and then begins to exit the place. Here's your winner and still Blowback Town champion. Sorry, there's lots of booing and stuff. It's like Roman Reigns, just trying to get Dread over, but Dread's not going to happen. Still, Dread's actually a pretty good fighter, so Dread's going to be a champion whether you want him to or not. If you want to be the man, you got to beat the droid. So, Koshi will seek you as he's putting the carcass, as it were, of SC1B onto a little grav sled and then puts the leg, motions for you to follow, and another. I mean, that was the main card, but they have some other entertainment, some more arena going on. Robot Chief. That's great. So he's motioning, hey, come with me this way. You follow? Cool. Yeah. Throws aside. I think I'm imagining that his section of this hangar bay where he does repairs and droid adjustments is separated only by like plastic slats that are almost like a curtain, right? So he throws that aside, pushes the grav sled in, and you see in this area, which is a crude tech workshop, nothing like Zola Goal has. Leaning against a counter with his arms crossed, wearing his patented duster and smoking a lit cigarello of some kind with the big Y brim hat is Dollar. Well, our protagonist was watching the proceedings, a barbaric display, when she came in. That's what Dollar says.
Oh, hey there, Dollar. Still working in the third person?
With a chuff, the private investigator looked her up and down. Yeah, something like that. Did you bring some trade? I got some stuff for you. You said that you needed some guns.
Yeah. I've got some stuff right here. You two in business together, or?
Nah, he needed to talk to you. Threw me a couple creds.
Well, if you're comfortable doing business with him here, then sure.
Yeah, I trust him. Shouldn't I trust you? The PI laughed. Answered, of course. Why couldn't you trust me? See, we're fine.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried about his tendency to verbalize his every thought, but sure. And she just kept the crate onto whatever surface.
Yeah, there's like a table right? With
Yeah.
you have to shove out of the way some various droid parts. Maybe there are a couple
Mhm.
of Easter egg pieces, like, oh my gosh, that's the so and so from blah 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 that we'll add in CGI later. And he brings out from underneath like a grading area. He has like several blaster carbines, E11s, Stormtrooper. Yeah, these should do fine for you, right?
Yeah, and I checked them. Like, I I don't know how. Probably, yeah, since I've been here for years, and like stormtrooper gear should be reasonably common from all the like crash trips and whatever. So yeah, I think like
They
I
break
handled this.
down, but the good thing is that they're so calm. They're almost ubiquitous here. The getting
Yeah.
parts for them is real easy.
Mhm. So I've handled them before, so I like check them, and those parts that break most commonly, like checking those to make sure that these seem to be in working order.
I reconditioned them. They're fine. And uh he's not lying. Like they're in pretty
Yeah.
good shape. They would last for a bit. You could last two, maybe three um firefights before you'd have to do anything to them.
Yeah, this looks like just what I need, and
You going to war with
I like.
somebody?
Well, hopefully not, but yeah, maybe.
Uh Nobody here though, right?
No, no, it's someone who's working with me may have caused a star over at Nimas, so I don't know.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Well, that'll do any he'll go over and look at the stuff that you've brought,
Mhm.
starts digging through.
Yeah, like open the false bottom.
Oh, good. I thought it was just closed. I thought, oh God, how do I get out of this deal?
Kind of clap him on the shoulder, like, really didn't believe I would bring you. I would expect to make that kind of trade, right?
Right? Hey, listen, man. Can you take Z1B with you?
Why is he working here?
I thought maybe he could take out Dread, but it didn't happen. They're just gonna have me recondition him and send him back out there again. He's a good astromech droid. I know he can't do what he was programmed for, but he deserves better.
I mean, sure, I can make use of a droid.
Okay. Just I don't own him, so I wouldn't let anybody see you taking him out.
Well, I can't exactly put him under my coat or anything.
That doesn't work. I love that we're both making fun of Obi-Wan, and I just want to take a moment to say that makes me happy. That joke is the best joke that has been made today, and I pin it on you, Anesh. So good job.
uh, then I start looking through these codes and start thinking maybe like we could actually just put something on the droid to cover it and just make it not look like itself. Like people will see that it's an astromech with cloth over it, but if they don't know it's that particular astromech, maybe they don't care.
Yeah, maybe. I can't get him up and running anytime soon, though.
Oh, and to carry him?
I mean, if you want to stick around, yeah, I guess carry him. I don't
Oh,
know, man. You can work out the details.
Hey, Dollar, you up for helping me getting this droid out? Just if I can just get him to my ride, I'll be fine.
Why don't you reason with Dollar?
Sure. Reason is what? Reason with someone is
Ooh,
cool. Cool.
I don't get
And do
upset. I pull plug the speak. No, sorry.
do I get my +1 from reading a situation for this?
Um,
Or does I'm just not sure if it's. I think it's outside of that, but just check.
I want to say yes, but I'm not sure how those reads apply to
Yeah,
Dollar.
cool. I just roll with a +2 and I get an 8, so it doesn't +1 doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Uh, yeah, he can agree or put aside. He says, PI thought over the offer. The lovely Hayes the Starbreaker. Sure. Sure, I'll help you out, he says. But only in exchange for a ride. You see, he hesitated. How much could he tell her? She was a femme fatale for sure. Could he trust her?
Is that kind of like looks over herself in her like work clothes and oil stains and whatever. Yeah, okay.
Let's just say he finally came to a decision. Let's just say maybe I need out of here. You make that happen? Sure, I'll help you, he said finally.
Well, it'll be a bit crowded on the ride, but sure, I'll take you.
Cool. So with Dollar aiding you, you'll get a
Mhm.
+1 forward. If you want to try to get the hell out of here with the carcass of a droid that someone feels they own.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I think I can use Eye on the Door for this, maybe.
Ooh, yeah, man, because otherwise you'd be trying something challenging, but Eye on the Door sounds better.
Yeah. So, yeah, my way out is having Dollar help me with this covered up droid. And I'm
Cool.
taking I think like the carbines will fit in the crate I was bringing the drugs in. I'll put some of the clothes on top just in case, just so that I'm not like carrying a bunch of heavy
And for
heavy
this
gear
one, I think
around.
we can finagle in acting on the ends. You know who's in charge, you know who's the most
Oh
dangerous.
yeah.
I feel
Cool,
like
cool.
those could be applied to Eye on the Door.
Yeah. Which means I am rolling with +3.
Actually, if you got +1 from Dollar,
Oh yeah. So +4. Well, that makes it an 8 instead of a 7.
okay, on a 7 to 9, you can go or stay, but if you go, it costs you. Leave something behind or take something with you. The MC, excuse me, the EMC will tell you what. You're
Mm,
already committed to taking Dollar,
yeah.
which means
Um,
Log is with you.
and I'm not going to ditch the guns that I bought,
Right.
and I mean I don't particularly care about the droid, but I do care about my relationship with Koshi.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm taking something with me.
God, how are you even gonna get it? You're on the weird motorcycle thing, right?
Yeah. So
That's
there is,
insane.
I read up on it, and there is room for one passenger. And there's like clearly we can strap the droid to one side and the crate
Mm-hmm.
to the other. So it's like it will be a bit overloaded, but I think it's like possible to get everything on.
Oof, I'm gonna open this up. I'm having trouble thinking of what is the thing that Aza has to take with her during this escape from Blowback Town.
I mean, someone follows me
A
feels like
tracker.
a
Ooh, a
reasonable.
tracker could
Oh, a
be fun.
tracker. That's cool.
That's really cool. I like it a lot. Yeah. Cool. So that's it. Yeah,
I think
you
it's
have
is it
it, you're not aware.
hidden in the droid body?
Yeah, we see
Yeah.
just this little flickering reddish light. And after you've left, and then we come back and we see, at first we think, oh, is this the little device that Koshi was looking at? But then we see, no, it is in the hands of an Obese as Savalot
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
is tracking Z1B. Cool. Let's see. So let's let's jump back to Maz and Zola Goal. Zola Goal, you come out of that wild vision that you had of a not at all pleasant place. And but you're able to fix the um able to fix it enough to where it will stop grinding, but you know it's only a
Yeah,
matter of
there's
time.
just not enough hydraulic fluid left.
There's not enough hydraulic fluid left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Miles, we got a problem. Well, you got a problem.
Yeah.
So you just y- your crate here, crate bait
Yeah.
crate. It's not gonna make the journey. If you stop now and head back, you'd make it back pretty well. If you keep going the rest of the way, it's gonna die down. It's not enough hydraulic fluid. Also, more importantly, maybe more importantly, this was intentional. Someone cut that line. I fixed it up. I gave it a patch up, but you're still, obviously a lot of fluid drained. I know who to rule out though. That
Who
little
should I rule out?
that little brat, please. She ain't smart enough to do this.
Okay. Um. So what I'm hearing is that you can't finish the job, so I can get where I need to go.
No, I look. If I hadn't done this, you would have broken down. Oh wait, you would break down way faster. You wouldn't even make it back home.
Okay. Um. I
I
can't
mean,
turn. I can't
if you
turn around. Actually, I want
I'm
to read a sitch.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I could give you a ride, but you're this place ain't moving. Well, it
Oh,
can move.
so the sinking fields. Do you think you could get the hydraulic fluid you need at the sinking fields and come back?
Wasn't
Zola?
that didn't Rich already say that?
Oh, so the sinking feels. I'm not like
Wasn't that where
it's
you
not
were
really.
heading?
That's where you guys are headed.
Yeah.
It's not really a populated place, so they
Yeah.
wouldn't have. Now, maybe the thing that crashed might have some fluid, like an X-wing.
Okay. Or Nema outpost would.
Yep.
Right. Okay, so let me roll my read a sitch. That's a 9. Would you like to help, Zola?
Yes, I would. Right. Let me see. Maz, I have a +1 with you. Let's see. There's a 5.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. And how do you think you were trying to help?
Yeah, we're trying to back back their play.
Oh yeah, what was your play?
Oh, so my play is trying to figure out what's going on here. So this would be like,
Well, what's going on?
well, who sabotaged this, and how do I get where I need to go? I think you can tell from reading me a little bit that I'm reluctant to turn around. Go back to Nema Outpost. It's probably because there's people here who've already paid for the transit.
Oh,
So,
on your ship that they want to
yeah.
go to the sinking fields.
Yeah,
on your
yeah.
ship.
So I get one question.
Well, do we do deal with the hard move first, or
Oh yeah.
I don't know how the timing works.
Yeah, I think the hard move is going to be perpendicular to what has happened, and I have an idea for it, so I'll reveal it soon.
Who poses the biggest threat?
Who poses the biggest threat? Yeah, you notice how she's moving along so slowly, the crate's bait, and you see coming from double checking the map here to make sure it makes logical sense. Yeah, coming from further north, there's trails of sand, something moving. There are a number of vehicles making its way towards you quickly.
Okay. So I think I take Zola aside and I say, okay, here's the deal. I don't think we would make it back to Nema Outpost, and I can't really turn around because there's too much money involved here. You wouldn't get paid, I wouldn't get paid.
Well, I'm not. I was driving separately, so.
Right, and you can still take off. I'm just saying, there seems to be someone here who wanted to make sure we broke down around here, and there seems to be someone coming, and I point towards the sand coming towards us, who expected to raid us. So
I see the problem at hand.
You can always turn tail and run and go ahead and take your little speeder.
Excuse you,
because you're not involved in this. Well, compared to the crates bait, right?
Well, yeah, but don't insult my girl.
Okay. No insult intended. And I'm going to see if I can't find a defensive place to put the crates bait, like behind a dune or something like that, to defend, in order to get better defense.
Yeah, no, I get it. You want me to like drive? What's it called? It's a distraction. Not distraction, but sort of like distraction.
You can.
I'm not familiar with the military terminology, but trying to keep them busy, draw them away.
Okay. I was thinking more direct confrontation. I don't know that we can.
Well, draw some of the way. You don't want to deal with all of them at once. You got customers. Look, they're not going to pay you if they die. This thing, look, your crate bait, pretty nice. I don't know how well fortified it is.
Okay. So here's the deal. What we'll do is I will put all the customers inside.
Yeah.
And tell them, we have actually okay.
Situation.
Yeah, I'm gonna act as if we're still headed towards the sinking fields, so that they don't know we know that they're coming. Why don't you hide out and you can, attack them, flank them, I think is the word we're looking for, whenever they hit us. And I'll put my guys on alert to make sure that we can come after them whenever they try and hit us and take them unaware.
Cool. You got any like blaster pistols I could hold out pistols I could borrow or anything?
I have a gun and a cleaver. What do you have?
I've got. It pulls out her little all tool and just lights it up as a little flamethrower for welding. But
Okay.
not great from firing from my speeder.
So, there we go. Yeah, I was just looking up the stats for the truck, and it was like, I don't see any weapons in here. Nope.
Nope, same.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I did want to get behind the wheel, so
If you did, and that is a thing that you can certainly do. And because I want to skip some time, I would love if we can try to move to you guys dealing with this problem on screen now.
sure.
Perfect.
Cool. But first, as you see, that sure enough, it is several swoops, and it is swoops that Raro would recognize.
Okay. Before we go there, I want to make a move.
Oh yeah.
I have a move, fingers in every pie, put up the word that you need a thing. And I roll cool. So let me, I'm putting out the word with the patrons. Hey, we need weapons. And see what we can get.
So the hey, everything's fine here. You're actually going with the more
no,
of
no.
a there's some you just need weapons?
No. It wasn't that everything was fine. We're putting you inside. We're gonna try and handle this. We have some bandits coming. And we're gonna protect you, but we need some weapons, and I'm gonna see if we can't get anything like that. And I am letting my crew know, like Plinks and everything else, that and y'all saw that someone here is likely a a saboteur. And keep an eye on them to make sure that there'll probably be a move here in the middle where they're going to try and during the attack there'll probably be a move where they're going to try and either join up with them, take out the crate bait, something, or hit one of the customers. Just keep an eye out. So let me roll. It was
Plinks
fingers
will
in every
ask,
pie.
you don't think it was Zola Gold, do you?
I'll keep an eye on Zola Gold
Lightning
directly.
eyes.
Yeah. That's a 10. And on a 10, it shows up for me just like magic. That's what I needed.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, I think I'd like to make sure that I give Pleeks a pistol, and I make sure that Zola has a pistol, so you can fire from.
Yeah, it shows up for you like magic. Noctic, who has his crew, they all start pulling out like all kinds of various blasters of different makes, different conditions. Some of them are like sand is just pouring out of the muzzle, or so some of them probably aren't functioning, but there's a lot. And yeah, you guys are now pretty well armed. That's great. Up, that it up.
So, I think the plan here is to move as if everything's normal, but all the customers are inside, and whenever these people come to hit the crate's bait, we'll be ready to defend it. And on top of that, Zola can drive around and shoot back. How's that sound, Zola?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So yes, Rich, now we can move forward.
Awesome. So yes, here come all of the swoop bikes. They are of a kind. The Stress Clan is trying to make a hit on you guys, and yeah, it's not going to be pleasant. But we pick up instead, as we cut away from that, with Aza Starbreaker arriving at Nema Outpost. Yeah. I think, Allen, how are you involved in this scene? I want you to get to interact with a PC.
Yes. Well, I think so you've sold off a whole bunch of my drugs. Just to be clear about that.
That you never had.
Yeah,
Just to be clear.
yeah, sure.
If they were never in your possession, how could they be
Yeah.
your
And
drugs?
And if I actually had a clear manifest, I would know this. Um,
It's true. That is a very true statement. That's not Aza's problem, or even
well,
her fault.
Aza, you might be the one who sees this. Carpal Manus has gone out on patrol. I'm gonna try to like tranquilize him.
This
and
always goes well for you. I applaud this.
Get out of Dodge. Like, yeah, I'm trying to get out of Nema Outpost because it's getting a little too hot here. And Zola has pledged her protection out there at the find. Are you good with that? That you stumble upon
that's
me
great.
doing that? Okay.
I think you're attacking someone.
I think I am. I think that's the
So is this
was
happening
hard.
in the clinic, or where do you think you're doing?
Well, I told him to go out on patrol. And my thought was I was gonna like convince Aussie to do it, but I don't think I
Of
could
course,
rely
Master.
on Aussie. Of the many descriptions I gave Aussie, reliable is not necessarily one of them. So yeah, I'm like going out to fake smoking a death stick or something. And then I'm gonna try to like Star Trek style shoot the thing in the neck. I don't know what the Star Wars equivalent would be. All right, attack somebody. 2d6 +2 hard for a medic. Allen's not
I
bad at
remember
hitting.
you being a pretty hard dude,
Yeah.
so this will work out fine.
That's a 9.
Ooh, then maybe I can help if I'm seeing this. Then
Yeah, you can back my play.
yeah.
That sounds amazing.
So I think, like, I'm arriving at Nima Outpost. I think I'm making a stop at the clinic just to check on what's been going on. And I just help you by distracting him, maybe.
Ooh, I like that.
That sounds
So
fun.
You just start unloading your weapons in plain daylight.
yeah, that was great. So I have a +1 with all in. And that's a 6.
Can I back Azus? No, I'm just kidding.
The back. Sweet. I think to have a little context, he went out on patrol. He was upset. Some might say justifiably, but they would be wrong. So he was upset, and he went out on patrol of the Nema Outpost. And I shared the Nema Outpost map with you guys. Maybe, I don't know, via email at some point. Maybe I didn't. Cool. So I think I want to put this somewhere. I know I want to put this somewhere. Maybe he is over by, ooh, what sounds fun? Maybe he's near the pumping station, which is where they're trying to pump water deeper and deeper in the earth out so people have some kind of liquid. Maybe he's near the pump station, which is where you pass by. Does that sound okay? And that's where Olin makes his move. You come around the corner or
Yeah, I'm trying to
something.
think where the the medical place is probably somewhere near Shantytown. Let's put it there.
Oh
'cause
yeah, let's do
that's
that.
good and close to the temple, but not. Yeah. Okay.
Near Shantytown. Let me just quickly create a little shanty town.
Yeah, like right
Where
there.
is
Yeah, in the
the
middle.
Duchess's little thing again?
Oh yeah, that's also a thing I should put in here. Yeah, sure. I will just put a regular honking shape, and then I'll get a cooler pick later. We'll just say that the venture is like
Okay.
over past the power station. Or maybe it could be over here near the constable's office. Ooh, that sounds fun. Nice and civilized. Look at that. Cool. And that is where we have the med station 10.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So you make your move at the pump station, and
And I think this, yeah, so I'm like lunging at him with a needle at the neck. If that's like,
yeah, I think he's stopped
checking
to
lines and
light a
rails there,
death
but
stick
yeah.
type thing, and then you come around the corner with a death stick or with the needle. And how is it that Asa helps?
Yeah, I think just showing up there, and since I failed to help, I don't think it's like I show up and all in. uh,
Awesome. And the way that back someone's play works is that on a miss, the MC might choose a benefit with you anyway, but be prepared for the worst. And I think this is what happens, right? Asa, you would you get the read on this, and Dollar follows you, and you try to come in, and that's when Dollar narrates the attack. So
wow, that's perfect.
as Olin comes in, you start to stab with a needle. He brings his blaster rifle up to try to defend himself. You stab into him. He sees you, Asa, and shoots you. Because you're in the field of vision. But you get to choose one when you attack someone. So what do you choose?
I'm going to pin them down. They are immobilized. After this shot, right? The drugs kick in. I haven't killed him. He just sort of, but crucially, I think he can see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It's I think it's the situation of he knows who did it. This is definitely not a thing where you could just leave him and he wakes up and everything's all peachy now.
Right.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, he shoots you, Asa, which unfortunately is not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's deal with that. A blaster carbine. Do we have stats for that? I think we do.
I think it's like 2 or 3 harm.
Gear. I'm pretty sure we've got one.
3 probably.
Probably 3.
Like
Please roll the
custom,
harm
my
move.
custom blaster does 3 harm, so I can't imagine a carbine doing that.
Sounds good. Blaster carbine, 3 harm.
I do have my 1 armor because I had my work clothes, so I have my work harness, which is my 1 armor. So what I roll?
You'll
minus
roll
2.
2d6 minus 2.
2. Plus.
But I mark the harm anyway, right?
Right.
2d6 minus 2 is 8.
Okay.
The
Well,
worst.
the harm move. On a 7 to 9, the MC chooses 1. You lose your fitting, you lose your grip on whatever you're holding, you lose track of someone or something you're attending to, you miss noticing something important.
Well, I'm attending to a lot of stuff, I feel like.
You are. How is it? I don't know. I can't think of a good way for you to lose grip on and all in to discover your betrayal. So I can't think of a way to make that happen.
I mean, it could be like I'm shot, I drop the crate with the guns in them, and there's like one package of these drugs still left inside.
There we
still...
go. That's exactly what happens, right? We see the little New Republic symbol on the sedative. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfect work. And I think that's the thing. Like we see that Matus goes down, he drops. Olin, the camera pans in. We know that you have seen this and you can put two and two together. And that's when we cut away to the dunes where the big fight is about to go down with Maz and Zola Gol. And my hope is that we can get through enough of this fight to slip back to Raro in a conversation so that the time jump makes sense. But we'll see. Let's hope. All right. This is a do battle. You guys are doing a battle. When you attack someone while under fire or someone who can and will defend themselves, you're doing battle.
Can
Be
I be
prepared to
rolling
exchange.
behind the wheel?
Ooh, that's right. You're doing behind the wheel.
Yeah. I have this move. I'm not gonna use it.
We're all about granting wishes here, sort of.
I mean, I'm okay doing battle. It's just I'd be doing battle with the vehicle as per the vehicle.
No, do you want to do
rules.
that?
Sure, I'm better at that, I think.
Oh, well, I don't want you to do that. I want you to be
What's up?
better at it. Ugh. I'm joking. Yes, go ahead.
Oh,
do
I mean,
better.
if I'm still rolling hard, then no. Unless I'm confronting. I don't know.
So the situation is that we have a number of speeders coming in.
Yes.
Are they enough to kind of count as a gang?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So let's just figure out kind of what's going on here. Zola, you want to use the vehicle moves. And if you use behind the wheel, are you using your vehicle as a weapon? Is that, or no, you're just shooting, right?
No, I'm interested in using it as a weapon.
Okay.
It's kind of fun.
I was going to suggest
I
why
want to
don't
use them.
yeah, I was going to suggest why don't I use the crate spade as a weapon, because it's bigger, but you can use yours as a weapon. I just don't want you to mess up your nice speeder.
Eh,
Okay.
easy come, easy go. I'll just rebuild it.
Okay.
It's fine. We only got like what? 3 other sessions left. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Break everything.
What's the difference between confront and attack?
Confront is
And
a
do battle.
threaten, and attack is actually like
All
we're in
right.
violence.
So like what kind of speeders are they? Are they like on speeder bikes or?
They're on swoop bikes.
Okay. I mean, look, I will gladly threaten them with my muscle car. It's like,
That sounds-
revving up the engine.
Ooh, sounds fun.
Like,
Here's
don't
they
want none of
don't
this.
really care about you. They're not here for you. They are here for
Yeah, look, back off or I'm gonna ram right into you.
Oh, that
Mine
sounds
mine could take a lot more punishment than y'all.
okay. Well, if you want to try, if you think that you can scare them off,
Yeah.
I would like to see you try.
Yeah. Use your vehicle as a weapon when you confront, attack, or do battle. So I'll try and roll confront. It's the way to roll something different,
You're just looking for more XP. I know you.
I mean, look, I want the +1 bonus. I'm not gonna lie. All right, there's another 5. Hell yeah.
Hey,
Perfect. Honestly, that's how I want it to go. Like, we're not worried about you.
yes. Oh, I think with a 5, it's not going to go well. Let's look at the
No.
move. What does the move tell us first?
Confront some. Well, it's a hard move, right? On a miss,
Yeah, on a miss, be prepared
worst.
for the worst. Yeah, I think. Ooh, what if that's when the Saboteur.
I put my little holocron on the dashboard as I'm ready to.
Oh man, that's wicked. Oh, he's tempting me with the holocron, but I think the saboteur makes their move.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, um, here we go. All right. I think what we see, so I'm looking to make my final decision. I was trying to stay loose on who is our saboteur. And now I have to make a choice. And I know there's no way we would have let Sarko plank onto this bad boy. So I think
That's
it
right.
is.
He's been banned.
He's been banned.
I bet it is.
Mm.
I don't know.
I would guess Baba Joe, right? Because he's
Baba Joe? He's so cute. He has little animals and stuff.
Maybe.
oh no,
maybe it's
he's not the one
Yalsa.
who's one of them wanted to take over.
Rudown has been on screen before, bragging about the big find.
I think Rudown is that's who I was leaning towards. I like it. It's Rudown. So Rudown the
Yeah.
Abednego, I believe is how we say that. Abednego. He draws out a blaster rifle, like kind of putting pieces together. While everybody else is defending. He pretends he's going to be defending, but then he tracks in and he takes a shot at Zola Goal as she is trying to scare off the folks. And he even plays it. Oh no! Oh no! But yeah, he totally shoots you. Please take 3 harm. Do you have any armor on?
Whoa. Shooting the vehicle, right?
That's true. I guess he would have to. Well, if he shoots the vehicle, it does nothing. It's a hard move. I think he shoots you.
Well, maybe he gets a really good shot on the vehicle.
Okay,
That's the
let's
heart of
try.
it, you
Let's
know?
see how vehicle harm works.
Look, I mean, I bought it for speed, probably not for durability. So
Let's
probably
take a look at the building or the
it's
vehicle you
like the
built.
So 3 harm under vehicle harm says, does it have any armor?
it's got like 1 armor.
Okay, so
Okay,
2
it'd be
harm.
2.
It's functional damage, fuel leak, shot out tires, engine stall,
Yeah,
problems with
like I was thinking a
steering.
fuel leak would be real fun, you know.
Ooh,
And
fuel
then
leak sounds awesome. Yeah.
1 harm can blow through to the passengers.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's perfect. Thank you for grabbing that. Boss, good job. Good job, Stephen. Excellent. So, yeah, he is the one who mentioned the Trident ship before. Good memory, Greg. Yes. So, Rudown fires, blows through. You've got a fuel leak. You already see it. Point, little indicator going off, and you take 1 harm. Zolical.
Yep. Marked it. Mark the XP.
Mark. Sorry, go ahead and roll minus harm taken.
Oh. So do I
You're still at 9?
No, I just went up to 9.
Oh.
Remember,
Okay.
Alan took me
You're
to
at
6
6.
and stabilized me, and I just took 1 more, so
You need to sit tight
why?
and
Look,
rest.
I need a time passes move, I guess. All right.
Okay.
Do I roll plus harm taken or total harm that
Nope,
you have?
just the harm you took just then.
Okay. And you
Otherwise,
roll
it is a
high,
death spiral.
Right? Okay.
You want to roll high.
Oh shit. Nope. There's a 12.
Well, you did. Nice job. That is very high. Cool. With a 12, the
10
harm you
plus.
take stands as it is with no additional effect.
Or I take -1 harm, but the MC chooses one from the 7 or 9 list.
Those are so mean.
I'm gonna take 1 less harm.
It's the MC's choice.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
So you want it? You're saying
Oh,
I'll
no,
take
you
-1 harm,
choose.
and I
That's-
choose. Oh,
That's
got it.
annoying.
On the 10, on the 10 plus, the MC chooses one.
Yeah, that's
Either I say it stands as it is, or you take no harm, but other bad stuff happens from the fight. Yeah, the MC makes all choices on harm move.
That's dumb.
I don't know. I already took out your fuel. I'm good with it just being 1 harm. It's just annoying.
All right.
You're at 9. You might die. It's great. I mean, it's also terrible, but it's also great. Hey, remember, in this game, dying in Apocalypse World burned over is not so bad. When your life becomes untenable, cool stuff happens. In fact, reminded myself of that. And yeah, I'm still sticking with the 1 harm because I can't do the, yep. All right. So you're at 9
No problem.
o'clock. Good. Yeah. So Rudown shoots you and then tries to play it off. Oh no, I'm such a bad shot. And I think it is time to see. I think you're going to do battle, Moz. Is this
Ye-
or
Yeah, so the reason I had the vehicle harm up is because I'm going to do battle. I'm going to do battle with the crates bait. And do battle, if I understand correctly, you roll twice, one for act under fire and once for um attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do the attack first, and the attack is with my stat and it's hard. Is that right?
correct?
Yes. Okay. And
Oh, by the way, you can just roll them at the same time and then assign them.
oh. Okay, so let's try that then, because that's
This
less
is
to
so
type.
interesting.
Okay. Well, that's not good. So what is I have to act under fire, which is
Cool.
how much damage I'll take,
Mm-hmm.
and attack someone.
Which
And I
is
have
hard.
yeah. So let's do actually I have 2 and cool and 2 and hard.
Yeah, you do.
So I think I can take and pair the 4 and the 1 up to make that a 7, and the 3 and the 5 up to make that a 7. So I get a 7 to 9 on each of them.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
Okay. And so which do you want to handle first? The act under fire or the attack someone?
Ooh, let's do the act under fire. They
Okay.
Zulagol was getting in the way. Things didn't go well. They zip around her and they're coming in a strafing run. And one of them is definitely going for the leg that
Awesome.
has been sabotaged.
Okay, so on a 7 and 9 for act under fire, you flinch, hesitate, waver, or stall, choose which, and ask the MC what it costs you. You might suffer harm. And under do battle, it says on a 7 and 9, full harm. And I think that's from the attack, maybe. Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, and on a miss is terrible harm. I like to do battle is pretty simple. Here is the hard choice. So you flinch, hesitate, waver, or stall, what it costs you. You can manipulate so you can either take that shot in the leg, which means that the Krace bait is now immobile. You are miles away from uh, the X-Wing and where you want it to go.
Mhm.
Or you can maneuver the Krace bait, but in doing so, at least one of the defenders is going to be thrown from the Krace bait, will be out and exposed. And I will choose that person to be the person who's had the most heat in this session. It's got to be Pleeks, is under threat.
I think I'll take the latter. Add some drama to it, and basically Fleeks is thrown loose so that the crates bait can, and all the passengers and everything can stay a little bit more safe.
Okay, so you maneuver the Krace bait. She takes a step wrong, tumbles out of the interior where she was, pitches down, lands on the sand, and is trying to scramble around underneath the legs. If only she had some kind of grappling hook of some kind, she could just, go up but no, she does not have that. So she is out and exposed and in danger. Now you're going to take harm. You take full harm. You're also doing harm.
Yeah.
I imagine that you guys are both gangs. You have enough weapons. You like magic. It came to you. The Jawa are defending. You're defending a few of the people. Fortunately, Rudan not defending very effectively. It turns out. not defending effectively at all. So I think it's going to be 2 harm from this gang, and
So
your guys
let's,
seem to yes.
if I'm doing the vehicle as a weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says if you're attacking another vehicle, it says a glancing hit inflicts V harm. So you're telling me how much damage they're doing to me?
Yeah, they are
Okay.
doing 2 V harm to you
Okay.
guys.
Okay. And the crate's bait has armor of 2. Let me make sure. Yes, armor of 2, so it should be fine.
Yeah. Oh, and that's why
Um,
you got her. She's there to withstand this terribleness.
yeah, the crates can't eat like this anymore. So let's see. Um, if your vehicle's flying, which it isn't, and against another vehicle, a direct hit and so this is my attack, right? So this is the 7. Is that a direct hit on attack someone?
It's full harm, so I think yeah.
Okay. So a direct hit is 3 harm plus it's massive. And the massive stat for this is a 4, minus the
Ooh.
target vehicle's massive and armor.
Ooh, that's great. I believe that they are, well, not believe, they are swoop bikes. So I believe their massive is 1.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure you just take out at least one of them.
Okay.
What does that look like?
I think that in the maneuver, whenever I'm expecting them to go for that leg, and I think that's whenever one of the um other legs stomps down on one of them and just crushes it flat into the sand.
Nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Ooh, that is awesome. So you stomp on one of the swoop bikes, and I gotta be honest, I'm looking at time, I'm looking at that moment, and I feel like this is a thing where we're gonna have to wait on that. So
Okay.
I think that's what happens at the end of this round of attacks. We have Pleeks, who is underneath the crate's bait as it's moving around. There's this huge explosion. I think that knocks her down. Um, Things are pitched, and you guys are in a pretty nasty battle against a group of swoop gangers who thought they had easy pickings, and turns out they did not. So with that, we will end our session. I am sorry, Kay, that we did not get back to you. I want to begin the session with Kay's conversation with the Duchess. So unless we circle back to Kay with Raro's conversation with a certain Chiss with Evron. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But we'll kick off with you because you had to sit tight for a bit. Let's talk about end of session. So, end of session. Session end. All right. Let's start with the far left. Aza, who knows you better?
I think it would have to be all in.
Yep.
That seems fair. Olin, does that push you over?
Nope. Just brings me to 3.
Okay. Judge for yourself, Aza. Are you satisfied with the galaxy and your place in it?
Not with all in now finding out everything about the drugs and all that. No.
Cool. Mark an improvement. And then does your scavenge choice still hold true?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, mark another improvement. Then our next question is Raro, who knows you better? I know you didn't get any interaction with PCs, and I apologize for that, but you can choose someone at your whim.
Yeah, I was about to say, do I just pick randomly then, or
You
do
can
I?
choose one at your whim.
Okay. Let's go with Zola because then you get to 4.
Ooh, you want to answer that question. Cool. Are you satisfied with your place in the galaxy?
Absolutely not.
Mark an improvement. And then does your scavenge choice? I don't think anything changed. Okay, cool. Then let's move to the right again for Allen. Who knows you better?
Definitely Aza.
Nice. Are you satisfied with your place in the galaxy?
Oh, it's complicated now, but I don't think so.
Fair. And then does your scavenge choice still hold true?
I think it does. Yes.
Okay. Then that's 2 improvements for you. And then we end. We don't end. We go to Zola Goal. Who knows you better?
Well, I think obviously Maz. I mean, the one I was really dealing with.
Are you satisfied with your place in the galaxy?
Yes.
All right, cool. Then we'll just find out if that changes. And then does your scavenge choice still hold true?
I think so. I don't know if anyone else.
I think so. I don't think
Yeah.
anything necessarily
Because
changed.
like Blowback Town didn't talk about how they were building their own. Oh, I
Wait,
thought you
Greg, did
were.
you need our attention or were you just
Oh,
clearing
sorry.
your throat?
No, that's. I'm sorry.
I thought you had a well actually coming, and I was
Yeah,
very
me
excited
too.
for it. Well, actually.
Yeah. So that stays the same, I guess.
Okay. Then
Few more.
that's another improvement for you.
Okay.
Now Maz, we end things. Who knows you better?
Zola,
Yeah. Are you satisfied with your place in the galaxy?
I am not.
Oh,
People are shooting at me.
they are. They mean to take your stuff and do you harm. Does your scavenge choice still hold true?
I think so because my deals are still there and I'm still getting paid. Maybe if if I can't take everybody where they need to go, I don't get paid, and then it's a problem.
Cool. Good. So then that is our end of session stuff. Let's do a quick round of stars and wishes. We start with wishes so we can end with stars. Who has wishes?
I can go first on wishes. I'd love to do like a love letter kind of thing at the beginning of next session, right? Because we're kind of leaving on a at a high note, and we're gonna do a time passes. So sort of maybe a love letter that involves Aza and Alin, one that involves Zola and Maz, one that involves Raro and the Chiss. It's just bring those together, time passes, and where do we find ourselves? I think that would be cool.
So
It's
let
a
me
great
ask a
idea.
question about that wish, just to understand. Um, are you suggesting that we don't play out the fight with Zola and Maz? We use a love letter to resolve it.
If that works for you and Jolene, sure. I think it would be cool to figure out the Aza and Alin like moving the clinic to the Trident with a love letter.
Okay. And I like that too. I
I
just
don't
wanted to make sure
know
I was
if that
online.
works for Raro's situation where he ended up.
No, fair.
If you guys want to do that for your scenes, that's totally fine. I don't know if that works with that or how that would function. Especially because Raro has like tried to lead up to give himself bonuses with that, with the
Gotcha.
conversation with Evron. So I don't know how that would function or work. That way I guess depends on how Rich feels like
I'll think about it to see if I can come up with an idea for because the love letter would generally do you secure the Duchess's aid or is it a cost that you're not happy with? Those are some options I see. We've got a couple weeks, so it's a thing. Okay, maybe I just ping you with ideas, and if not, then we'll just drop right back into that scene as a pocket
Okay.
scene and then jump forward. So I think we have a few options. I think that's a good suggestion, Greg, and I'll work towards it. Of course, you put 3 love letters on me,
Yes,
so
yeah.
thanks.
Putting work on you.
Yeah,
That's
good wish. Yeah, appreciate these wishes. Good job. It's all good. I do think it's a good suggestion. Thank you, Greg. Anything else?
Sorry, no.
Okay.
No.
Who else has wishes?
I don't have a definite wish, but I just wanted to state the rules for do battle with a vehicle are complicated.
The rules for do battle are complicated, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I like the do battle where you roll all your dice and then check to see, you can then group them either to an act under fire and all that. But that also means you're making 2 moves at once, and it
Exactly.
seemed to slow everything down.
It
And
did.
what's the point of do battle falling under hard? Like, does this mean you get to roll plus hard for both act under fire and attack someone?
No.
Because it's called do battle and specifically under the hard move stat.
And I
Yeah.
think, yeah,
So
I think it should be do battle
shouldn't be a
should be
move.
under hard and cool.
It shouldn't be a move.
You're right.
Yeah.
It is a move that is really just saying do these 2 moves.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then doing it with a vehicle is even more complicated because under vehicle it has like if you're against a person or a gang or you're flying or another vehicle or a wall, and there's all these different sections. So that was my take. And whenever Greg mentioned doing a love letter, I'm like, oh, that simplifies all of this so we can get to the discussion part. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with it because I was
Same.
looking at it and I was like, I add my massive in and that's enormous and I can do lots of damage to these things, but it slows everything down.
That's gonna look. I have more comments, but that they're not wish or star related. That's just game design talks that we probably don't need to deal with when recording.
Okay.
I hear you.
I wish. I want to
yeah.
see Raro's scene play out. I'm excited for that.
Which part of Raro's scene? The Evron or a conversation with the Countess?
I guess the conversation with the Countess. I've had my vehicle thing achieved, so I don't wish for that anymore because I'm like, no, this is complicated.
I'm happy to hear that you both agree. That way someone isn't going, no, what a more vehicle madness with a high step algebra to figure out how many I add to 2d6. Cool. So Kate or Dash, do you have?
I just want to see how All-In reacts to finding the drugs. That's going to be interesting.
Cool. Kay.
Yeah, so it's kind of I'm again going to have too many wishes because it's the wishes from last week that didn't make it to this week.
You don't have to re-wish them. I have them noted.
Also, I just posted them in because I realized. So it's the Sea Kinnem and the other 2 Cathar. Meet with Duchess to forge an alliance against Nima. Have a discussion with someone about things / kicking and either kick off planet or kill Savo lot.
Oh, so you do now have the Sevo. Yay. It's a new one. Great. Add to the list. Okay.
I posted it so it was easier.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Excellent. You went last with wishes. You get to go first with stars, Kay.
Yeah. Stars to the sort of Plix Zola goal argument thing. I think that was cute and silly and fun, especially because like those are 2 characters that are kind of, I don't know if I want to say like close to Raro, but close to Raro. So that was fun because we started off with him doing a job for Plix, and then him and Zola had this weird like the odd couple kind of thing going on that I really enjoy. Stars to Undesh for setting up your own drama, for having there be that 1 bag of drugs left so that Alan could see with the dropped guns. Love that. Star to Maz for sort of, Steven as Maz, picking up on things and getting it going in that battle and being like, listen, turning to Zola Golan and it's just like, you can leave, but you're fucked if you do. And really kind of putting that pressure there, which I think is a fun thing that happens in Apocalypse World where you're not really friends, but you're not really enemies, but you're also, again, people playing a game together. So that was a fun little line draw. And then poor Alan, I don't know, my heart just goes out to Alan regularly. I'm like, oh, poor Alan Trezic. Oh, Greg, what a pitiable man you've made. And then Star to Rich. That was a very fun scene we played. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed getting to, a general wish throughout the game at the start mentioning was make him a real boy who can feel. And so now he's, drinking wine and having feelings. And yes, talk to someone about those eventually. But those were great. And then also, your NPCs are just always top notch. So,
Yeah.
it's a rich game. Stuff's good.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Cool. I appreciate that. Okay. Then next up, Andesh, any stars?
Yeah, fun session. Really fun seeing Moz and Zola deal with each other and the whole situation and the raiders and all that. All in digging a deeper and deeper hole, trying to get out of the hole he's in. That's always fun. And Raro being our little romance kitten is also really sweet.
Cool. Thank you very much, Andesh. Jolene, any stars?
Yeah. I'm just gonna give the one. Be short and simple. I love how you twisted the hard move into the holocron thing and made it creepy.
Yay! Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad that landed. Sweet. Then next up is hold on. That would be Steven.
I really like the scene again with Raro with the, it was unexpected to me, for how the alcohol impacted Raro. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's really great. So, and then that leading to romance, I'm like, oh yeah, that's exactly, where that scene should have gone. It was very good.
Excellent. Excellent. Last but not least, Greg, did you have any stars? Any left out there?
Yeah, big star for Roll for Smooches. That's love it whenever it comes up. No, I really, we were a little more separated again. But I think we're gonna get back together, and I really love the scenes. The pit fighting was very cool. I loved that we were all on the chat cheering for the different droids. So yeah, no, it was a fun session. I'm looking forward to how this all plays out. Even on the cliffhanger.
Yes, yes, yes. Cool. Excellent session. Really enjoyed the bits. My only wish is that I could find a way to get you guys in more group scenes. So
I had another wish to add to my long list of wishes, which is to explain to Jolene about Darren and his holocron from our previous game of the Fellowship. After
do
what?
that the next pregame.
Yeah.
You'll have to discuss the baby Bjorn
The
holocron.
baby Bjorn, because Kay doesn't know Star Wars, and the fact that Darren basically kept a Sith holocron, specifically a Sith holocron, baby Bjorn, against his heart.
Look, we're on Discord. You can explain through that.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
I have a wish. Literally during this session, I got an alert that said, "Hey, Vincent Baker has opened up has added on new things." So I dropped it into
a lot.
I dropped it into the chat.
Yes, thank you for that.
I wanted to see, Rich, it's something you might talk about to see if it's something you might look at to see if we're going to use that. I think someone in the chat mentioned, there might be a good move for Raro in there.
Yeah, I was reading it briefly. The draw aligned and extended trust. The trigger reads like the conversation with the Duchess, but the fallout of it doesn't necessarily. So I'm not sure.
I haven't really had enough time to look through it, and I figured nobody else had, because there's a lot. It's just one page, but still.
Wage war. That is wild.
Well,
I was about to say that also might be good for Raro.
Yeah. And then there's stuff at the bottom, like you can add on. These are all advances, I think, and you can have faith in someone, which adds an additional HX question for, I think, just that person. And then there's also a barter entry. So it's just interesting. I don't know if we should use it. I'll let Rich look through it and say, oh yeah, this is going to mess up all of our Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot. That's some wild stuff, though. I love that he's always iterating. I just don't think all of it fits with a Star Wars setting, but it is really cool to see he's in active development of a game that I quite like.
The one that made me drop my jaw open was the open up to someone which is you open up to a PC or NPC and you ask a question, they ask a question. It's kind of an exchange back and forth. And
Oh, I love that.
the questions are, where are you going? What are you keeping from yourself? And when it comes out, will you be prepared to face it?
Okay,
And
but
things like,
now I need that as pillow talk between Raro and her just
Ooh.
friend. It's this move.
Anyway. Oh, and there's another rules thing. Let's talk about that after we stop the recording.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you all so much for playing, and thanks to anybody who watched or is listening to the audio feed.